Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams. We are home from a full day of sitting and waiting for the girls to be extras in a movie. And the girls are out trick-or-treating with my husband. And I am going to make my chocolate because I actually don't have the same taste for chocolate anymore, because now that I have given up sugar for so many years, I don't feel a need to have chocolate. And when I do have it, it tastes different, extra sweet, and so I make my own chocolate, and I get to have chocolate every single day if I want to, which I love. So I am going to make that with you here. And happy Halloween. If you celebrate Halloween, put Halloween in the comments. If you do trick-or-treating, or your kids or your grandkids do, put trick in the comments. And I love this chocolate. And I'm going to also make some like peanut butter cups, my version of peanut butter cups, because I also love peanut butter cups. So I am going to start with my cacao. I'm using Navita's cacao powder, and it is I'm using 2/3 of a cup. This is Navita's cacao, and I make a lot of chocolate, so I go through this quantity, or it ends up being really economical at this cost, at this size for me, because I use it regularly and make my chocolate. So I have 2/3 of a cup of cacao. This is unrefined organic cacao powder, 100% cacao. And then I'm going to use probably, I think it's 6 tablespoons of sweetener. I'm using my allulose monk fruit blend that I like from Impact, but you can use monk fruit, stevia, erythritol, allulose, or any combination, and they won't spike your blood sugar. They're 0 and 1 on the glycemic index. And I am going to now mix these. And these are chocolates. My daughter, actually, both of my daughters, I would say, actually, Kyla Leah likes my chocolates and she eats them up. Zoraya doesn't really like them, but Kyla Leah loves them. And I feel good about her eating chocolate when she eats this chocolate, because chocolate really is actually, cacao is really good for you and has lots of properties. Hi, Patricia. Happy Halloween. Who is celebrating Dia de los Muertos? Not Halloween, or it's obviously a different holiday and a different day. But tell me which holiday you celebrate, or Dia de los Difuntos. All right, this is now the base, and we're gonna add butter. So I have 8 tablespoons of butter, and I'm gonna pour this in. So these are kind of like Fat Bomb chocolates, because they have butter, but the butter is what helps it all to stick together, and you get the healthy fat. And so then it satiates you, and you don't need to eat very much of it in order to feel satiated. So now I'm going to mix this all together. If you like chocolate, put like it in the comments. And this is great. Like if you're trying to get away from chocolate, that's packaged chocolate that's full of sugar, this is a great option. It is feels like it's on the darker side, but you could, in terms of sweetness, but you can use more sweetener if you'd like. And it's a great alternative, because then you can enjoy, like when my girls come home right now, soon from trick-or-treating, they're gonna have a bunch of chocolate, and they're gonna be eating a bunch of chocolate, and because it's Halloween and they do that. So I'm going to eat my chocolate, and they're gonna eat their chocolate. And then I participate in that way. I could try the other ones, and I'll be in ketosis again when I drink ketones. But I actually just don't even have the same taste for it anymore. I really like my chocolate. Just chilling. Awesome. You live in the country and no trick-or-treaters there. Got it. Got it. I think we haven't really had very many come to our house. I wasn't here until like 5 minutes ago. Actually, maybe 15. But hi, Renee. So I don't know who all came yet, but not very many people come down to our house. But we have some candy out, just a very small amount. And then I'm curious, what is everyone's? So my daughters, they eat high protein, low carb on a regular basis, but this is the sometimes holiday in which they have candy. And they have candy when they get home, and then they can save. The way we have chosen to do it is that they can save 30 pieces of candy. The rest goes to my husband's work, and we don't see it again. And then those 30 pieces of candy, they can only have 1 or 2 per day. And it's up to them if they want to have 2 a day and it lasts only 15 days, or they can have it last for a month, which is still, I think, pretty generous amount of sugar in my mind. But right now, that's where we're at. All right. Now, I'm using these silicone molds. I love them because they allow me to put them in the freezer and easily remove them. And they're cute. There's really cute other ones too. So any silicone molds are really cute. If you have tried my chocolate yet, put tried it. If you haven't yet, put not yet. You're gonna wanna try this. So I'm going to now, if it's pourable, it depends on how warm it is. If it stays pourable, it's not gonna pour super easily. So I'm gonna use my spoon. But I'm also gonna put some peanut butter on top of it. And this is peanut butter that's just peanuts and salt. And right after you mix this type of peanut butter with your knife, it gets really liquidy, which I put it back in the fridge, which it should be stored in the fridge, but it's not as liquidy, but it'll come off really easily when I put it into the molds. So I'm going to first put my chocolate in one of these molds, and I want to leave a little bit of room. That was a lot. I'm going to leave some more room for some of them to be also have some peanut butter on there because it's so good. You could also use almond butter on here. You can also just stick an almond in the center. Awesome. Patricia and Barb and Renee, you're going to need to try my chocolate. It is absolutely delicious. And it makes it like, I just love that I can have chocolate. I love chocolate. And chocolate has theobromine in it that makes you feel good. It has goodness there's so many good things about chocolate, especially if it's 100% cacao, unrefined, retains a lot of its nutrients, and so much goodness. So I like them without, so I don't know, I like it all the ways. I put macadamia in the center, a nut. I put a pecan in the center. I put almonds in the center. I put the peanut butter in the center. What would you do? Or would you just leave it as chocolate? Tell me in the comments. How would you, when you make it, how do you want to try it? I have tried all the things, and the thing I come back to the most is just chocolate. But I do like the other ways. They're really tasty as well. I've also put coconut in it, like shaved coconut, what do you call it? Shredded coconut without sugar. And you can obviously taste it to see if you think you want it to be a high Jeanette, a little bit. Okay, so Patricia, you're gonna need more sweetener because it is on the darker side of taste. I think I'm gonna have, because I'm leaving some room for peanut butter in lieu of Halloween. I think I'm gonna have to grab another mold because I have a good amount of chocolate left. That's it. All you do now is you put a peanut in there. That would be good too. You're good with dark chocolate and you care about the carbs and you want to keep them down. Awesome. So this has so in a tablespoon, it has 1 carb in the cacao, and that's the only thing that has carbs. So, and there's 2/3 of a cup, but right now I'm at 24 of these little ones. So it'll definitely keep your carbs down. And you would put pecans in yours. Yum! Renee, that sounds delicious. Pecans are one of my favorite nuts, and so I like pecans in the middle of them too. All right, so I also have these little bunnies. So like on Easter, I can make bunnies. They're actually big bunnies, so it's a lot of chocolate. Lots of options. So now if you're doing with some peanut butter, then you can just put your peanut butter, this is a lot, on top and push it down. And then when you put this in the freezer is important to like kind of set it all together. But then if you want to save it in the fridge because you don't want it to be frozen when you eat it, it's frozen, but it's like biteable. But if you don't want it like that, then you can just leave it in the fridge once it's set and have it be extra soft like that. I just keep mine in the freezer. Sometimes I just keep them directly in this. Sometimes I put them in an extra container that's closed, depending on how long I think I'm going to go through them or how long I'll have them. And I like something sweet after I eat a meal usually. And so this hits the spot for that. And obviously the peanut butter makes it take a little bit longer, but it's extra delicious. All right, that's it. I wanted to make sure I shared because it is Halloween night. My girls are out getting candy with my husband, and they will be eating it, and I will not be eating it, but I will be eating my chocolates right here. Have a wonderful night from my house to your kitchen, global flavor, and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.